What's up, you guys? Welcome back to this channel. Thank you for checking it out. In this video, I'm going to be going over a step-by-step outline of how to customize Premiere Pro templates downloaded from Motion Array. So if you guys come to Motion Array, chances are you have found this site and you want to start getting creative with editing Premiere Pro templates. Alright, so I'm already looking at this one. I actually need to edit a intro video for our YouTube channel and website. So I'm just going to go ahead and download this. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of different visuals in this. There's photos. Of course, we can use this for video as well. Yeah, 90 video or image placeholders. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and download this. If you guys don't have Motion Array installed in Premiere Pro, I just finished recording a tutorial on how to do that. So if you guys are using Premiere Pro and Motion Array a lot, it's going to be very convenient for you to just go ahead and download and install Motion Array plugin in Premiere Pro. Now, I'm going to be working off this multi-screen pack for Premiere Pro, but you can implement what I'm about to show you for any Premiere Pro template, okay? A lot of them are very similar, and the concepts I'm going to be going over in this video can be applied to any Premiere Pro template that you use. Of course, there'll be little differences, but once you've downloaded the template that you want to work with, go ahead and right-click. I'm going to extract this file from a zipped file to something that I can actually open and use in Premiere Pro. So I'm going to open this file. I'm looking for the Premiere Pro project file. Okay, so there's of course a tutorial that downloaded with this, which is never that good. And then I'm going to go ahead and double click the Premiere Pro project, and that will go ahead, I'm going to click OK and open in Premiere Pro. Okay, so as you guys can see, this one, there's a variety of different placeholders for footage, as well as, a lot of these different nested sequences. Okay, so just taking an initial look at this can be very complicated, but I'm going to break it down for you. First things first, I need to look at the size of the placeholders. So here it says, 1920 by 1080. Sometimes it's not gonna give you the dimensions. This one's actually really nice. This one has placeholders that are 1080 by 1920. 1080 by 1920. Let's see if there's any other sizes. Here's 1080 by 1080. Okay, 1080 by 1080. So it looks like those are the three sizes that are included. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'm going to create a new bin that says footage. And I'm going to bring in a variety of clips that are 1920 by 1080. I'm actually going to take this time to edit the intro video to the YouTube channel since we don't have one. So I'm going to create a branded promo video out of this that has a lot of videos that I've already edited. Okay, so produced videos for clients that I'm going to include in all these placeholders. So I'll see you guys back here once I get all the footage that I want. Alright, so I have imported footage, as you guys can see here. I did the first sequence just to kind of get you guys excited about what's to come. So as you guys can see, as I kind of scroll through here, a lot of cool stuff's happening. I was able to import videos that I've previously edited. You might just be importing footage to create, a sort of promo, but I'm creating a YouTube intro here. The first step for me was going and locating a bunch of footage that was 1920 by 1080, 1080 by 1920, and 1080 by 1080 so that I could complete this project. So the main thing is that you're going to be looking for these green or nested sequences, and within each of these sequences there's a whole amount of other sequences probably, but the first step is to just open them up. Okay, so we're going to go to the second one since I haven't completed that yet, and just double click on that green nested sequence. Okay, now you'll see 5 more sequences. All right, so our job is to go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to start with sequence 1. So we're going to start by opening up the very first one on the bottom, and what it's going to show us is a placeholder. Okay, now if we scroll in, we can see that these are all 10-second placeholders, and the aspect ratio is 1920 by 1080 or 16 by 9 for YouTube. And so what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to go in and look for my my footage. I'm going to select a portion of it that's 10 seconds long, and I'm going to drag it right over the placeholder. Okay, in this case the footage I'm importing is 4K, so I need to scale it down. I can even drag it past the 10-second mark, and then I'll drag it down and replace it once I'm happy with the amount of footage that I've selected. Okay, now I can close that sequence and it will bring me back to the previous one where I have 4 more items to complete. So I'm going to go into that next sequence. I'm going to look for my next footage, okay, which is going to be a little concert show that I recorded. Okay, and then I'm going to scale this down a little bit. It's a little crooked, so I'm going to fix that. And then I'm going to bring that down and replace the sequence with it. And then I can close out this sequence and continue going. So, to summarize, what you're doing is you're going within these nested sequences looking for the placeholders. Now, a lot of times in the Premiere Pro projects, there's going to be other items in the placeholders. There's going to be text, for example, or light flares or highlights. And you can choose to turn them on or off by just, clicking the track output as invisible. So if there's specific text that you don't want in your promo or light leaks or graphics, just go ahead and hide those tracks, and that will in turn hide it in the final render as well. Let's do this Bulgarian bag sales video. I'm going to bring that in there, scale the frame size down, and then drag both of those to replace the placeholder. Let's see, I have 2 more it looks like. So I'm going to come in, let's grab this video. Let's go ahead and bring in this clip, scale it to past 10 seconds, scale to frame size so it's the right size. This was for the Czech Institute. Okay, I'm going to delete that, and I have 1 more to complete. So I have the option to just really grab whatever portion of it I want, because again, a lot of these promos are just so fast, so it really doesn't matter what section I'm grabbing. Okay, so now I've completed sequence number 4. Let's go into sequence number 5, and as you can see, I haven't completed that either. So I'm going to open up these nested sequences again and continue looking for. So as you guys can see now, I've completed another sequence. So if I come back to this multi-screen, the second multi-screen sequence, all those videos are completed. So I can X out of that multi-screen, and now I'm back to my original final project. And as you guys can see, I've completed two entire nested sequences of this much larger project. Okay, so bringing in your footage can take a variety of time, but I do want to show you a full-length detailed tutorial and then show you what this looks like. Okay, so there, as you guys can see, I have the third nested sequence looks actually complete because it's just a accumulation of sequence 1 and 2. I can go to the 4th nested sequence, and what I'm looking for is any of the missing placeholders that might show up. Okay, now I have tons of files included in this, so it's taking a little bit of extra time to load. I'm going to go to this 5th sequence, and here you see we have some 1080 by 1920 videos which I haven't completed yet. Okay, so I'm going to go in and just take a look and see what this sequence looks like. So the first thing that I notice is there's more nested sequences. I have this transform effect. I have the background. I assume that's the white background. So if I take it away, then there isn't those white kind of borders between each clip. So I'm going to open up the first sequence, and now look, I have 5 placeholders, and they look to be horizontal, if you see that. But they'll transform by themselves, it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my sequence with my horizontal videos, and look, they're going to fit perfectly in that sequence. So I can just go ahead and drag that over the placeholder. I can open up the second one. I can drag my second placeholder in. Okay, I can open up my third. I can drag my third placeholder in there. Now I'm going to go to the fourth. Let's see if there's something I haven't used yet. Could use one of Nate's videos. Okay, that looks good. Let's go to the final last one. Can use one of these Check Institute ones. Okay, and as you guys can see now, if I finish that clip, you know, I have a few more to do here. Okay, so I'm going to go into sequence 7, and now I need to add placeholders for all of these clips. Okay, so I can add that one and that one. Drop that down. So we need at least 10 seconds. That's the nice thing about the placeholders. It's showing you how long we actually need. Let's drop in a testimonial for this one. So the goal of this promo that I'm creating is really just to show, you know, my portfolio of work. All right. And then that will complete that sequence. So now, as you can see, I have, you know, more videos in lineup. All right, now I'm going to go into sequence number 8 and continue this process. I haven't done that guy, so I'm going to do that. All right, this is the last one. I'll put the squat like a pro in there. All right, so now I'm done with that. So you guys will be able to kind of preview what this vertical screens sample looks like. As you guys can see there. And then I can, you know, delete this since it's complete. I can see what it looks like back on the main screen. So I will complete this process for every single sequence in here, and then I will, you know, export this final sequence as a video. And what I like to do is then use that video as a way to, you know, edit it and include it in a final YouTube intro. So hopefully that helped explain how to go in, open up one of these motion array templates within Premiere Pro, start editing it, replace your footage, and I'll end this video with the final video I ended up creating.
Preview.